In the Mbeere North by-election, there are two main issues that have sprung up, and in this video I want us to briefly highlight what they are so that they can be resolved quickly. Otherwise, mambo itakuwa mbaya sana kwa ground. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Issue number one in Mbeere North is that MCA Duncan Mbui has decided to dump DCP and proceed with his journey to parliament as an independent candidate. Just check out this post that he put out, and I quote, "I have been watching with a keen eye the ongoings at the DCP party and have come to the conclusion that the party is a members club within the so-called united opposition. The club has been influenced to decide that DCP should not field a candidate in Mbeere North, a decision which I view as a deliberate attempt to kill my ambition and that of the Kivui fraternity. Arising from this, we have decided to go independent. We have always been independent and shall always win as independent." So it seems Mbui has left DCP because DCP doesn't want to field a candidate and instead is preferring Newton Karish of the Democratic Party. Now, is this the right move to make, or is this foolishness? Let's have a look at a recent Mizani poll in order to make sense of all this. Here you can see that Newton Karish of the Democratic Party leads with 40.1% approval rating. Leonard Muriuki of UDA comes in second with 33.3%. Duncan Mbui, Kivui, who has defected from DCP and is going as independent, has 20% approval rating on the ground. So you can now see why DCP is opting not to field a candidate and instead to support DP's candidate called Newton Karish. Now there's a danger here. As you're looking at this infographic, there's a danger here. The danger is that Newton Karish and Duncan Mbui are both in opposition. If they share votes at the ballot, it might allow Leonard Muriuki of UDA to cruise to victory. That is the reality that faces this gentleman on the ground. So long story short, yes, on paper it might make sense for one to stand down for the other. For instance, the opposition coalition could allow Newton to be the flag bearer, but only if Mbui can be compensated and onboarded in this move. Similarly, Newton Karish can be asked to step down for Duncan Mbui, and the math will still make sense. Ilmradi moja wao shelf their ambitions to support the other. But if they both go out there, this is a guaranteed UDA win. Leonard Muriuki will be the next member of parliament of Mbeere North under such a reckless plan. And it's so bad that even Mukunji has rejected the move to endorse Newton and has decided to move with the independent candidate Mbui, who is also doubling up as his friend. Just listening to this.
Candidate wangu ni Mbui na Kivui nitasimama na yeye mpaka amalize na afike mpaka kule mwisho, regardless of anything, kwa sababu huyo ni mtu ambaye nimeona ndiye anaweza saidia Mbeere North. Hao wengine wanangoja wakamatwe wasaidike, lakini huyo amekuwa akijituma yeye mwenyewe. Na mimi hiyo ndio the politics ile tunahitaji saa hii. Siasa ambayo ni wewe kutoka kwa roho yako ndio unataka kuhudumia watu. Lakini nitasema mimi nimetengeneza siasa yangu kwa kusimama na haki ya mwananchi na kusimama na haki ya kila mtu. Wakati niliona serikali ikitaka kudhulumu watu na finance bill, mimi nilisema no. Wakati walianza kudhulumu watu kwa maneno ya abductions, nilisema no. Na mimi nataka kusema chama yetu ya DCP wasijaribu kunyima mtu ambaye amewasaidia sana na wamewashikilia ticket, kwa sababu kuna power brokerage ambaye inafika pale, inakuwa pale juu.
So watu wa Mbui hawataki mchezo. He either gets compensated or is issued a direct ticket. But leaving him to do his own thing out there will cost DCP and DP party altogether. Because mambo ni mbili. Mbui either wins, and if he wins without your endorsement, he will not work with you. He'll go work with Kasongo. And if he loses, but his participation is enough to dilute the votes of Newton, then mtu wa UDA ndo atashinda. So it's like win-win for UDA if these two men cannot work together. Kazi kwa kina Gashagwa na kina Eji Muturi and the others. Second issue in Mbeere North. The DCP chairman of Mbeere, Timothy Kithinji, has been ousted and replaced by James Mithika. And here's what the people had to say in response.
Tunakuja hapa, mtu mwenye tunaamini ndio tunaweza wekeza na yeye Timo, tunapata shatolewa. Ambia Gachagua hivi babangu. Si ni watu wangubo. Si ndio tulipiga gunzi ndio ingie Meru. Ukitutoka, tunaweka baria au ingie Meru kaunti.
Na sisi kama JC, tumesema kama chama DCP Meru itakuwa na leadership na transparent na accountability. Hatuko tayari kuendelea na hii chama na tutaiondoka kabisa kama itabadilishwa viongozi wanachaguliwa usiku wa kuwa merara.
Na chama tunasema ni Timo.
Acha nikwambie Gachagua, acha niongee. Mbona umekata? Gachagua, acha nikwambie, acha kucheza na Timo bana. Ukitoa Timo sisi hawezi ingia Meru. Timo tosha, Timo chama, hataki wazae bana.
Tunasema 80% hapa tuko kata ya Timo. Lazima watusikize sisi.
DCP party should be democratic and it should avoid tokenism at all costs. Natural selection always delivers, but top brass interference never does. Watu wasilete hiyo style ya Raila, whereby Homa Bay kulikuwa na Gladys Wanga, kulikuwa na Evans Kidero, kulikuwa na John Mbadi, all of them want to go for the gubernatorial seat. Raila shows up and just gives Gladys Wanga the direct ticket. That habit should not happen in the opposition. Let the men square it out. Yule, the top dog, we endorse them and we move on. The cry baby achwe akilia hapo kando. But if somebody is complaining pale na hata hajapewa chance, then even the supporters will cry foul and that never ends up well in the ballot. So DCP, put your house in order. Having said that though, here's today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.